Hey there, everybody. It's Angelo. Just wanted to check in, say hi to you who are new. I'm just tracking my journey. To those of you who've seen my videos before, thanks for coming back and checking in on me. I appreciate it. We're getting closer and closer to surgery. Today's the 3rd. The surgery is on the 5th. So we have 2 days left. I am currently hanging out in my room. It's a little bit after 3 right now. Going to try to get to you as soon as possible because I do have an appointment later today. And with that being said, let's get into it. But before we get started, if you could do me a huge favor, I really would appreciate it. Please do think about subscribing to the channel. It not only helps me out a lot, it lets me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. And if you hit the notification bell, you can get a notification as to when I upload my new content, and then you can let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Feel free to interact. I really appreciate it. Like I said, let's get into it. So, today's Tuesday. We have surgery Thursday. And I'm just hanging out inside right now. Currently, chilling in the same setup that I usually use, which is my bed and my laptop on my legs. So I'm trying to find something a little bit more high budget, but we do have a bird downstairs who is not quiet. And my dad right now is home because he has had shoulder surgery done, so he cannot work right now, and he likes to listen to movies very, very loudly. So, um, we're gonna make do with what we have here now. My room is a mess. It is in no way, in any shape or form, ready to be filmed. But with that being said, I just wanted to let you know, guys, that I am doing my best to give you guys information on how I am doing, what I am doing, and what every day entails. So, like I said, obviously, with surgery being on the 5th, I'm going to try to upload every single day. However, I do not know how early in the morning surgery is going to be. Last time I had to be to the hospital by 4:30 in the morning. Something around that. So, depending on what time schedule they give me, really gives me my window of how much time I have to make a video before I am operated on. And if I'm feeling up to it, I will make sure to continue to upload the best of my abilities. If I'm not feeling well, I probably will not be uploading. So, just a heads up for those of you that have not heard that before, or just a reminder for those of you who may have just not really thought about it, I guess. But with that being said, what have I been doing today? Today has been laundry day, cleaning up, keeping the room clean ish. Let's be realistic. My room's a nightmare right now. I have too much time on my hands, so I'm just trying to find whatever thing that requires entertainment value, basically. So video games, and not really watching TV, but music, and just talking to people that I know, keeping in touch, have been very, very helpful. And speaking of people that I know that have been very, very helpful, today my mom just had left earlier, flying from Arizona, and I believe she will be here around 7:15 to 8 p.m. ish, something around that. So yeah, she's coming in from out of state, and so she will be at the hospital with me because my dad's shoulder is not in proper enough shape, based on what I've heard from everybody's communications. So if that does change, obviously you guys will find out. If I am able to communicate that with you as soon as possible. I mean, I'm going to try to make videos for as long as I can, like I said. So, what else have I done? Uh, Found out some good news. If you've seen any of my shorts that I've been making, I did make, I believe, two of them regarding cutting ice around the dock. My dad went back out there, and we are good. We do not have to worry about going out one more time to cut the dock up because everything is in proper order. The de-icer seems to be working, and the water really isn't freezing over. So that's really a plus. I know it's a little bit warmer today, and when I say a little bit warmer, I mean it's like 30 degrees out from what I understand, instead of like 11 with a wind chill of the negatives. So um, the water's holding up a little bit better. There's less ice. Nothing's really freezing, which is really, really nice to know that I don't have to torture myself and then go in and get brain surgery and be in pain afterwards, too. But after I do get surgery, obviously I'm going to be out of commission for a little bit physically. So knowing that I don't have to haul to cut anything and move all of this ice before the deadline basically. So feels good about that. Other than that, I started reading a book that my dad told me to read. I'm going to show you guys right here. It is this one right here, The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. I'm not really sure how much I believe in the book itself. It is very highly praised by some communities, from what I understand. However, um, I know it is a lot of that like hustle culture, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know how I align with it, if that makes any sense. And then also, a lot of people, especially it seems that historians seem to accredit Napoleon Hill with kind of being one of those like gray area people who, preached something, but it was kind of hard to prove the things that he did because of historical tracking. All of the people that he claims to have interviewed over the many, many years that he wrote this book. I believe it was he's interviewed like 15,000 people claimed in the beginning. Um, Speaking to people like Rockefeller, Carnegie, Ford, President Roosevelt's, both Roosevelts, I should say. Um, and yeah, so there's not really like a whole historical proof that he interacted with all these people. And then there's also the concept that he may have been kind of a snake oil salesman of his era, just for what he published separately and things that he tried to sell separately as well. I haven't really done as much research into that, but I did look up some people's opinions on it, and it's say that some people were disappointed with what they found out. But with that all being said, I'm still giving the book a chance. I find it very interesting. It's a lot of self-reflection. It's almost like it's a 1925 book, so we're talking about over 100 years, just over 100 years, obviously, of change. So obviously, all of those names are big that I mentioned. The Ford, the Carnegie, uh, and others. Edison is another one that he interacts with. Alexander Graham Bell, allegedly. These are all big time names in the world of success and groundbreaking inventions. And so yeah, it's interesting. It's not a bad read for how far I'm in. I'm in like two chapters of I think 15, and it's pretty good considering the foundation of what it's written on. It talks a lot about self accountability, self reassurance, and having confidence in oneself. Because if you don't have confidence in oneself, then you aren't going to push yourself forward. Basically, and try to make it in whatever you feel you are qualified to work as. So I think that is pretty interesting, and I will continue to read it. Uh, Whether he was a snake oil salesman or not, he was obviously a very good author and still intelligent with that regards. So if you find this interesting, I know this is a little bit of a different talk. I'm not really too nervous, like I said, about the surgery. I'm going to be going into the hospital. I should be leaving within a few days, and then I'll be back home. So, like I said, I'm gonna try to figure out things that I can do, uh, hanging out at home, whether that's calling up friends and seeing if I get back before the Super Bowl, I will be very excited because I want to see if I can go somewhere and just hang out with my friends. But other than that, keep you guys posted on what I am doing. Please do consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell. It really does help me out once again. Leave comments down below. I'm really open to suggestions and trying things that are new. So, with that being said, if you feel that you have any obstacle that you were trying to overcome and it feels insurmountable, I want you to know that I personally believe that you can overcome that obstacle and you can do something great. So, do not quit on yourself. I'm not quitting on myself. So, I will not quit on you. Don't quit on me. We are able to hold each other reliable in that sense. Um, there are people that have overcome tremendous obstacles and gone on to do great things, and I think that you can be one of those people. I genuinely do. So, with that all being said, I understand this is probably a little bit of a longer video than per usual. I really do hope you all have a tremendous day, and I look forward to talking to you all very soon. Have a great rest of your day.